So the Chestertown Marina, I'll just say that Case and Bill and I have really been meeting with just about anybody and everybody who could possibly give us any kind of funding for this, including probably the most productive meeting we've had recently was with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They have a lot of grant opportunities for basically economic development programs in rural areas, and there are a lot of facets of the marina that was very appealing to them. We didn't come to any concrete solutions to anything, but there are a lot of
agriculture, right?
U.S. Department of Agriculture. The bottom line is they really, really want to help us with the marina initiative. They have several different programs that we are exploring where we might apply for grants. They might have some low interest, long-term, like 40-year loans that they could give us to match their own grants, where our payments would be nominal. And so it was one of the first meetings where I really felt like the grantor was really invested in helping us get funding. Whereas a lot of times, usually it's the other way around. We're kind of trying to be the creative ones, and the grantor's like, it doesn't really fit. They were the opposite. They were like, here's what you can do to fit in this shell. You know, here's what you can do to fit in this vein of funding. So that was a very productive meeting. And we'll keep you updated as things progress there. We also, if you recall, had hired a graphic. We agreed to fund a group called Locust Grove Studios to make artistic renderings of the engineering plan that we had from our charrettes. So if you look at this aerial view, you're looking from Front Street towards the river. Okay, so Front Street's, the north side of Front Street's at your back. This pocket park where those copper colored schooners are is right now where the giant green shed currently stands. The white building you see on the left here is what we're calling the Chestertown Marina Interpretive Center. It will be a multi-purpose building that will essentially replace the current marina store. It will also have interpretive displays about the town's history and culture. It'll have bathroom and shower facilities for transient boaters and potentially bathrooms for the public. And we also envision a retail component. It will need to be a marine-related retail component. Ideally, that would be like a kayak outfitter, for example. We envision it currently as a two-story building, and the idea is that the second floor would be a large open space that could be rentable by local organizations for meetings, for retreats, maybe for cocktail hour or whatever. And then you see some deck space there where you could go outside and look out and have spectacular views of the river. You can notice the entire parking lot here is pervious pavers. Liz, that should make you very happy. And that's
I'm glad to hear that.
Partially for stormwater control and partially because it'll look really nice. So let's go to the second rendering, which is kind of this horizontal view, which is more of a sort of a street level view of the same area. So right now you're looking directly at that pocket park and the Wilmore Park side entrance. So you can see that pocket park has a lot of native grasses, a public art piece in the middle on this case. In this case,
Wilmore Park side entrance.
The entrance that's closer to Wilmore Park.
Right. But this, you have the townhouse at Scotts Point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to orient you. It's the entrance to the right hand
I thought you
side.
said there was an entrance in this picture. Okay.
No, sorry.
Okay.
So here you're looking at a new entrance that doesn't currently exist, that's adjacent to Scotts Point, where you see in the background there's like a kayak storage area which came directly from the charrette, maybe a little pavilion. Again, nobody should hold us strictly to this, but this is all almost directly off of the engineering plans that we had. So let's move along to the third image, which is more of a close-up view of that pocket park. That's a pretty big space. It doesn't look super impressive on the engineering drawings, but that's probably about the same size as Monument Park, for example, at least that big, right there on the middle of High Street. So maybe there's a walking trail through the middle, a place you can kind of sit near the art that's in the middle. It doesn't have to be a copper schooner or sloop, but that was just kind of an idea we wanted to throw out there. So moving right along, the fourth image that looks like this. You're looking, again, Front Street is to your back. You're looking towards the river, towards the Fish Whistle. This is some parking in front of the new Marina Center there. Again, you can see more clearly the deck areas, the fact that it's a two-story building, etc. The fourth image here is looking, so pretend that Scotts Point condos are right behind you, and you're looking kind of upriver across the pervious paving parking area. And this is mainly to show these new parking areas for boat trailers. Those are 40-foot long parking lots, parking spaces. You can see in this image the boat ramp is to the right, but that new ramp would be centered between the downrivermost pier and the middle pier at the Fish Whistle. These last two images are waterside views, obviously. So not that this is like the type of boat that we're wanting to attract, these long cigarette boats. I might talk to Joe, the artist here, about changing that out to like a nice classic Boston whaler. But this is looking kind of at the central dock that's going to be coming out from right in front of the Fish Whistle. That'll also be the fuel dock. We envision that as a floating pier. It looks kind of like a fixed pier in this image, but on our renderings for the engineering, it's floating. Again, it would extend out an additional 70 feet. But this just kind of shows you also the walkway that's in front of the Fish Whistle. We envision that as a 12-foot wide walkway as we currently have it. And then the last image is standing at the end of the downrivermost pier, which extends out just upriver from Scotts Point. You can kind of see the Scotts Point building in the far, far left there, and the Fish Whistle on the far right. This is the lowest downrivermost dock looking back towards the boat ramp area and sort of the kayak